Didn't think you were going to get off here. Okay, listen up. So today we're going to do areas 143 and 144. You know I typically do areas 143. They said let's do 144 as well. I said sure. That'd be great. We'll get through. We went through the last 6 months as far back as I went with 143, but we'll throw 144 in there as well. So where's my little clicker pointer? Huh?
No clicker.
We lost it?
Yes.
Great. That's great. Okay, quick review then. Tree section area, as you know, bounded on Rosecrans to the north, Sepulveda here to the east, and then Manhattan Beach Boulevard, the Valley Ardmore line to Blanche, and then along through Sandy Park back out to Rosecrans. And then the hill section, the south side of Manhattan Beach Boulevard, Sepulveda, Boundary Place, and then the Valley Ardmore line there, okay? Just in that area, both the areas of the tree section and hill section, you're going to find a lot of variance in lot sizes, but typically in the tree section, 40-foot wide lots, 108 to 126, 27 feet deep. There are some certain parts in the American Mortar Seal section or closer out towards Pacific Elementary School, some large lots there. And then in the hill section, you'll find typically 50-foot wide lots, 125 to 150 feet deep. And then on the west side of the hill, really more estate-sized type properties of 10,000 square feet and or more. But don't forget one of the best resources is if you have concerns about lot sizes is the county assessor's webpage, which will bring up the dimensions of any lots that you need to know. And you can go right to their mapping viewer window at the assessor page there, okay? So the schools for the tree section are Grandview and Pacific, both K through 5, and then for the hill section is Robinson Elementary, also K through 5. Of course, Manhattan Beach Middle School, 6 through 8, and Mariposa High School. And then there's other choices with American Martyrs and the Academy of Montessori School. But district map located at mbusd.org, great website to use. Just roll your mouse over if you have a question about where that property is located, what school district it is in. However, just remember, don't commit to anything with your clients. Point them in the right direction of where to go to find that information. Don't promise them a particular school. Once again, just the area maps that we have available at the front offices there, which gives you a lot of the great information. You can personalize them down at the bottom there, use them as a handout for the open house that you might have, or it's great information for your,
There's another one up here.
Great information for your clients to use there, okay? Andy? So current activity between the tree and the hill.
We're down to one now.
This is it. After this, it's just
So we
out
got
there.
one more.
I got more batteries. We're
What an
good.
organization we run here. Anyway, so 26 active listings between the tree and the hill section. 28 that are in pending a backup status, and then since 11 of 2011. 34 recorded sales. Currently about 6 new spec homes being built and 6 that were recently completed, and then there's 13 custom homes that, at least that I know of, maybe a few more in the area. Active listings right now between 143 and 144. 143 over here on the left column. We have 18 active listings right now, lowest price being $975, the highest at $2,799. Average at 1,767, and the average price per square foot is $666 and 48 days on the market. In the hill section, there's 8 active listings and $21.95 on the low, $48.95 on the high, and we're out about 88 days average active in there in the hill. So in the pending and sold, and this goes back to 11/11 here. This is for the tree section right now. So pending, we have 14. That are pending right now, the lowest price being $879 and the highest price at $2,400. You have an average price of $1,438 and $574 in 61 days on the market. Sold since that time is 28 listings were sold, and 700 on the low end, 2275 on the high end with an average price of $1,429,000. Pretty close between average sold price and average price in escrow right there, 94 days. So the old inventory that's relative right here is that's starting to get cleaned out as well. In the hill section, 12 are in pending and backup, and 575 on the low side. And the low side in the hill section, the reason that you get down to 575 is remember that on the north side of Manhattan Beach Boulevard, there are some older condos there that actually get swallowed up into the hill section area. So that's why you're going to find some price points like that. High was $44.95, and the average price right now at $1,506, 98 days on the market. And then sold since November, 6 were sold. Million on the low end. The high was 5,499 with an average of 28 and 62 days on the market. Okay. So for sale, pending, sold for all the areas, and did you feel it? And by that I just mean is that this runs back to 12 of 10. I got this off the Trend Graphics report, and you can see right here. This closes out through February. That there are 20 pending sales. That's the most number of pending sales in the entire year, going back, plus, at any given time. So that's the pressure that we're feeling right now, I think, in talking to agents around that, that there's really some momentum in the marketplace, along with, if you go back to March of last year, we had 55 active listings, and we're closed out February at 25. So you have that crunch of no inventory and a lot of sales going on right now. So I think everybody is feeling the same thing, is that we have buyers, people are buying, they're making things happen, and certainly it shows in this graph right here. Okay? Another way to look at it, this is months of inventory based off of closed sales. And again, if you go back into the, whoops, be careful. So if you go back up into January, February of last year, that there were 14 months of inventory right here, all the way down to 3/1 that we just closed out February with. So that inventory is getting eaten up right there, and there just isn't a new product that's coming on the market right now. The other graph and slide, this is pended against the months of inventory, and again going back to earlier last year, and then you can see right here we just closed out February with 1.3 months of inventory against the pended sales. So again, it's just there's so much crunch going on right now, and so I think that's what again that everybody's feeling, and certainly in the groups that we've been talking about, that people are looking for inventory and they've got buyers. So a lot of activity happening right now with very little inventory. In the tree section, the current listings kind of look like this. This is 3609 Oak for a starter home over on the trees. It was $975K for a 3.2 and 1,089 square foot home. This is actually a pretty clean and nice home. I'm surprised that it kind of sat on the market there, but it is certainly a location challenge there since it backs up to the hotel and kind of by the gas station right there. But a clean, nice starter home. And then at the high end, we've talked about this before, 763 31st Street still out there. This has been on the market for well over a year. Actually, I had it listed at one point, and they just kept firing agents and lowering the price. So, but I think now that it has somebody, I know that there's been some action on it, and it may actually be reporting here pretty soon. Over in the hill section, there's a townhome here, and I don't know if a lot of people know that these are townhomes. They're side-by-side townhomes right here, but large townhomes. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,400 square foot at 2.2-ish, or 2,195. I think that this is overpriced for the kind of where it is and the location it is. That backs right up to commercial, and at that light, certainly in the morning getting across, you have some cars and quite a bit of traffic right there. And then at the high end is a lot, basically a lot sale. The picture on the left is representative of what the current structure is right there, and the picture on the right is a John Starr drawing of what you could build there. This is a nice estate home at almost 10,000 square foot lot, listed at $4,850. You can really build a nice home in it, plus it faces west and southwest, picks up the Catalina and Palos Verdes View. So a really nice piece of property there. In the backup and the pending, I thought that there were some pretty good buys in the last 6 months here, and certainly more recently. Susan and Allie's listing over at 2516 Palm was really priced right. You know, it was dated, but it was really sharp, as what Susan and Allie can do. An oversized, good-sized lot there, listed at $11.89. It sold in 5 days and went over asking. Lynn Lear, 705 Moraine, went quick as well. $100,000 over asking 1.4. I thought, gee, I don't know, I just kind of thought at 1.4, I think that's a little steep, but that's a nice little tree section area. Marine, that particular block right there in that neighborhood, a lot of people really enjoyed living over there, close to town, close to the beach, so went at 1.4 and sold in about 5 days there. And then 766 33rd Street, you know, I like this home. I thought it was overpriced, and it was.
Is that terms I given on the last
Yeah.
one? Is that terms I given?
Yeah, that's TNG, 2250 all cash. So that's a really? It's a secret?
No, it's not.
Don't tell anybody. Okay, nice family home over there on 33rd Street. Oversized lot, great neighbors over there. In the hill, Jen Kerr's had that condo up on Manhattan Beach Boulevard, so close to the beach in town, and listed at 575, sold pretty close to that. Carrie Dawson's at 222 Dianthus. I think that in hindsight, you'll look at this and think this is a pretty good buy at 1599, and I think it has potential in a nice area over there. And then 704 Pacific, listed at 4495. You know, it's a little bit of work, and maybe put a pool in the backyard. That'll be a pretty special home, and this is a great area on Pacific over here. 34 sales recorded in the last 6 months, 28 and 143 and 6 and 144. I think in hindsight, when you turn around and look back, 3525, I think that was a really good buy. Someone got a good deal. I know it's a tough location over there, but for $1,340,000, you got an awful lot of home and a newer home over there. And 705 29th Street, I really like this home. Again, I think that at $1,750,000, this was a really good deal. 3,700 plus square foot home in just a great area over on 29th Street. I had, you know, potential buyers on that, and they didn't pull the trigger. And you know, it's always like, gee, I should have bought that home. Really? Okay, yeah, me too. So anyway, you know, I think that makes for a pretty good, compelling buy. Also, Tracy McKenna's over on 27th Street in Blanche. This is a good buy. This was a lot of home here. Slight location challenge because of being on Blanche, but at $2 million and a newer product with that basement and all that, I think someone got a really good deal there too. Okay, Ron Werner's over in the Hill section. 303 Larson, showed well, priced right. You know, listed at $1 million, sold for $100,000 over. Nice, nice place. 861 10th Street, boy, this is classic. I mean, 2750, and they just got kicked and chased that market down and ended up selling for, what, 2269. I think that makes for a pretty compelling buy as well. 10th Street's steep, and the kids aren't going to play out on the street unless you want to just put them on a skateboard and pick them up down at the bottom. You know, but I think that's a pretty compelling buy right there as well. And then 612 John, which was really kind of an estate home on about a 10,000 square foot home. I really like that, but the pool in the back, it sold at 5.4. So off market, what's happening? You know, the developers are coming back, and I don't just mean Willie Campbell, but Zivik, Maloney, Ken Johnson. 705 26th Street, double lot purchase. 629 26th Street, that was $970. 2801 Palm, sold for $1 million. So these are all spec homes that are coming up. 616 30th Street, Jim Leonard sold, pre-sold actually for $2,512,500, I believe is what that price was there. And then, interesting, 901 Pacific Avenue, not sure where this is going to end up, but it started at, this was Jack's listing a few years back, right, Jack? And they had it listed at 6,995, and it went back, it was going into foreclosure. The last bid I heard was somewhere around 3.8, 3.9 for that piece of property. So big home in the hill section in a great location. It did have a easement over the property because the two builders were on the east side of the street on Pacific, and they wanted to maintain a view corridor across the property. But even still, with that in play, if someone picks that up at a 3839 number, that'll be a fantastic buy. I did hear that the buyer of that was actually someone that lives in the hill section right now and is currently selling their home, but I don't have all the details on that yet. So 640 Rosecrans, I sold that off market, 450. We're going to rehab that and flip it and add some stuff to it. It'll come back out in the summer, somewhere around $1,050,000-ish or so. And then 504 Poinsettia Avenue, Chris Terrell has this. If anybody's looking up in the hill, it's 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4,500 square feet. It's on a 6,500 square foot lot. She's got that out at about 3.6. And then 300 Dianthus. This is currently for lease with Kathy Kernighan, but they'd consider selling it. Need to call her, ask her about what the price would be there. 6 bedrooms and 5 baths. So if you're looking for a hill section, there are a couple up there. 2108 Walnut, Arnold Hanlon has this as a pocket. It's a 5 bedroom, 4 bath, and 3,400 square feet Cape Cod. This is a nice home, and that's going to be somewhere around 2,150, but call Darren on that. New construction, 712 29th Street, Zivic is building, and Jeremy will have the listing there, so you can call him. I think that number is going to be a 26 kind of a number over there, nice location. Matt Waxman has a couple that he's finishing up, 921 9th Street. I believe, Susan, you sold that lot, right? And so that's going to be a 3-3 kind of a number. Talk to Matt. 595 33rd Street, also Matt has one he's finishing up, and that's coming out at 2575. Then 629 26th Street, Dennis Maloney's developing that piece of property. That'll be somewhere around 26. And 705 26th Street, this is as a double lot, will be split. I believe Zivic is on that as well, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there'll be 2 homes going up there. 585 31st Street down towards Sandview Park. That was sold by Bob Lane for $937, and a spec builder bought that. So look for that next year, as well as 562 36th Street, Jackie and Chris's lot that they sold, $815. That's going to be a spec home. And again, 700 Oak Avenue is Willie Campbell. That was sold by Lee LeGrand, and as Lee says, Willie building tomorrow's teardowns today.
Yeah, what is that?
You mean 1700?
700 Oak. I'm sorry, 1700. Yes, sorry, 1700 Oak. So I think that's about it. We'll wrap it up from there. I didn't want to show this picture because I didn't want Eric to get all jealous. Look at the headline. I'm working it right here. It's my birthday party. This is my girlfriend, Roseanne. I'm in the chair again. But I didn't really want to show it. I know Eric.
Okay, maybe